This is going to be the most important video I think I have ever made. Please, everyone, mirror, share this. This has to be seen by everyone. I'm going to expose what's been happening in Victoria. Today is August the 7th. This is the data as of yesterday, August the 6th in Australia, from the Department of Health, Australian Government. Just quickly roll something here. We got here 4.5 million people tested, 0.4% positive. From those positive, that's 19,000 cases, 247 deaths. So you work out 0.4 times, that's just over 1%. You multiply the two, we're getting 0.000 something. So it's virtually, you got very, very slim chance of dying from COVID-19, and this is in 7 months, whatever. 566 in hospital means nothing to me. 51 ICU means nothing to me. There's 7,000 ICU beds in Victoria, and this is Australia. 7,000, 4,000, whatever. There's thousands of beds, ICU beds in Victoria, let alone how many in Australia. But there's no overflowing in hospitals whatsoever. These are just normal people that have got the seasonal flu, which has miraculously disappeared. But what I want to get into, I forget about the figures here. As you know, they're all old, 20% in 90 or above. They faked a 30-year-old the other day. But anyway, here's the first wave. Beautifully goes up, beautifully goes down. You can't tell me that's not fudged. It's not up, down, up, down. Then we had a bit of a break here for a few months. Actually, it was stuck on 102 deaths for 5 weeks. No one died in 5 weeks in Australia, but they kept warning us there's a second wave coming. Just quickly over here, no deaths in the Northern Territory. Must be the place to live. How about everyone move there? How about everyone get out of the hellhole called Victoria? But we can't because we're held in like prisoners. Let's all move to Northern Territory where it's nice and warm and you're not going to get any viruses. So let's just go back to here. Right at this point here, July the 7th, our Premier Dan, Dictator Dan, he brought us back to stage 3 because they had 10 cases, 20 cases, whatever, next day. And slowly but surely, it grew again beautifully. Little bit of a spike down to, but always going up. You know, they couldn't make it every day going up. They had to have a few going down. So there it is. This is Australia, and I'll just show you the Victoria, which is a little bit higher, of course, because it's all about Victoria now. All the other states don't even have any deaths. So, yeah, that's the second wave, and I'm going to show you how they have done this. So let's just go to the Victorian chart, as we see here, but a lot bigger here, because, like I said, it's all Victoria. The rest of Australia isn't involved here. But, yeah, July, where it is, there is when he called for stage 3. Back to stage 3. And yep, nice little increase. Few ups and downs, of course, but that's just to make it look like it's not fudge, which it is. So now I'm going to point out how they have done this. Let's go back to 29th of July. Like I said, today is the 7th of August. Just 8 days ago, coronavirus outbreaks in Victorian aged care homes reach 87 and state records second deadliest day. This happens to be a nursing home near my place. I've been there the last 5 days and a few days before that. I've never seen any of these people here. I have not seen any movement whatsoever. Hardly anyone around. Doors are closed, and I'll tell you why. This is all total bullshit, by the way. If you go down here, there's this tiny 55 bed nursing home. At this time last week, there was 2 vacancies, so we had 53 people, and you know there hasn't been any people come in for quite a while. So we got 49 residents and 41 staff infected with coronavirus. So 49 of 53 tested positive, supposedly. And 41 staff in the 53 bed home. No way known you're going to have 41 staff in the 53-bed nursing home. I made a phone call the day or two after this, spoke to someone, and I asked them, how are things still running? How can you possibly be still running? Because everyone would be in quarantine. All these staff would be in quarantine. And her comeback was, oh, they've all come back from quarantine. I says, they can't. This only just happened yesterday or the day before. So she was lost for words. Whether she knew, I don't know. She actually controlled this nursing home, even though she didn't actually work there. But guaranteed, these people that run these nursing homes have been paid by the government, paid for the government to shut up, give them the cases, give them the deaths, because I'm guaranteed for every death, these nursing homes, sorry, every death that says COVID, they're getting a certain amount of money for, and even the cases. So here we got top of the pops, SGH Care Home in Ardea, 91. Amazingly, all these other ones underneath. So the bug just wants to attack nursing homes. Funny about that. Stay tuned because it gets better. So what happens 4 days later? Let's go to coronavirus update, Victoria, 3rd of August. Active aged care outbreaks. 106 cases all of a sudden. It's gone from 91 to 106. That's 15 more. So we assumed that 53 of the patients are positive. And there's 53 staff. No way known, 53 staff. So who's looking after the place if 53 staff are all testing positive? How is this bug going from room to room when these old age people are in, they're virtually tied into beds, especially during this period of isolation? They're not getting out of beds. They're not mixing with anyone. How is this spreading when the staff have obviously got masks? Because, they should have had masks from day one. And I'll get to that in a second. But definitely they've been wearing masks for quite a while. So, what happened on this day, August the 3rd, I went down there. I didn't record this, sadly, because I already wasted my 20 minutes on interviewing someone else prior to this. A woman walked past us and had a mask on. It looked like she was going to walk into the nursing home. And I asked her simply, do you work here? She says, yes. She says, the thing's going normal. She says, yeah, pretty much. Okay. I said, actually, I didn't realise this. I read this after I spoke to her. So I said, there's 91 cases 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. And she, couldn't believe it. She said, oh, you're lucky to have 20 people work here. That's what she said. And I said, well, something's wrong here, 91 cases. And I said, have you tested positive? She said, no. So I must be the luckiest guy in Melbourne, talking to someone just walking to a nursing home and hasn't tested positive. How lucky is she? 91 cases and she hasn't tested positive. She said that she worked in the kitchen and the person that ran the kitchen tested positive. And when I asked her, well, how come if you were working with that person, you should be in isolation for 2 weeks, and had no answer to that. But prior to this, I said, when did testing start? By the way, when did testing start? And she did say, they were tested twice a week. Testing started 4 weeks ago. I said, really? 4 weeks ago? Which, can you believe, is July the 7th. July the 7th, down here, when he called for stage 3, when they started this rise. So if you don't know what I'm getting at here, they started testing in the nursing home. Like she said, and I've got someone else, stay tuned. She said, only 4 weeks ago. And it's absurd that the place hasn't been, cleared out and, just people put somewhere else, because it's supposedly, the worst infected place in Melbourne. So, as we know from day one here in Australia, the first person to have died is a 95-year-old in a nursing home in Sydney. And 3 of the first 5 were all from the same home. So we know from day one we got problems with the aged care homes and the elderly. So the whole of Australia should have been prepared for this. So we've had this first wave, then it's, all fudged, of course. And we've had this break here, but they keep telling us we're going to get the second wave. And all through here, they say test, 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 test. Everyone's getting tested. They're driving into these drive-in testing, getting tested. Everyone's getting tested. Numbers have really gone up. Testing numbers. But they keep warning us there's going to be a second wave. So why aren't nursing homes, in this one in particular, why aren't they testing people in this period, or even going back all the way to the start? Why have they all of a sudden just started so conveniently at this point here? You see what's happening? Do you see what's happening, everyone? All these nursing homes, aged care homes, started testing here, told by the government to start testing here, whoever. As we know, the testing doesn't really matter because everyone tests positive. So they can't tell 20,000 people a day test positive. But sure, they know they can just use whatever figures. They don't want to go too high of cases because people, think so many cases, no deaths. They can get so many deaths, even though they're not COVID-19 because it doesn't exist. They can get so many and get pay for people's funerals, and subsidise nursing homes, 25,000 for each death, whatever. They can do so many. They can't risk people spilling the beans that you're telling me that grandfather died from COVID when we know full well, he was 99% dead before he went into the nursing home and he died from heart attack. So this woman, kitchen hand, said we started 4 weeks ago. Wow. Get ready for this now. So if you're thinking 91 was bad and then to go to 106 was even more absurd, 3 days later, August the 6th, what do we got here? Victoria's biggest outbreaks. Estia Aged Care, Ardea, 144 cases. All these other ones have jumped up as well. Everything that's happening in Ardea is happening in all the others. The same thing, lies. 144 cases in a 53-bed nursing home. And it's all happened in a week. And it's still running like normal. They're not letting anyone in. Of course, they don't want anyone to see what's going on. What's going on, honestly? If you work that out, take 53 from that. 91 staff have tested positive. 91 staff in a 53-bed nursing home have tested positive. You can't have 91 staff in a 53-bed nursing home. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They are just making up these numbers. And as I said, the testing only started 4 weeks ago, right at the start of the second wave. You can guarantee, you'll ask anyone in these other nursing homes, I wish people could, they'll tell you the same story. Please, people, do that. Investigate. We need to know. So, I went there today. I went there twice, and by chance, I managed to speak to 2 people that were outside. A lovely young woman and an older guy. Amazingly, I've spoken to 3 people there, and all 3 tested negative. What's the chances of me, the only 3 people I've seen and spoke to, tested negative when there's 144 cases in a tiny 53-bed nursing home? I guarantee you there'll be more that I'll speak to that'll be tested negative. So where do these 90 come from? and you'll be astounded at what these two people say. I won't tell you what they say. You can watch the video now. Like I said, the lovely woman, she believed me. There was something wrong. She has been there for 5 months. 5 months, working every day. And that's what most nursing homes do. They have their, main people that work every day, 8, 9, 10-hour shifts, because the less people you got there, the less you got to worry about, and the more money you're going to make. She's been there 5 months and hasn't tested positive, and she's been being tested twice a day for 4 weeks. The second guy, well, he tried to tell me there was 30 people working there right at that time, about 2 p.m. in the day, the busiest time of the day. He said there's probably about 30. I doubt it very much. I doubt it there very, very much. 30 people in a nursing home like that, that's a lot of wages you have to pay. A lot of wages for sitting there virtually doing nothing, especially when you got 53 people virtually locked in their own rooms, in bed, locked in their own rooms, quarantining. So you're not really mixing with these old people. You're not doing anything. You might give them a cup of tea or a biscuit every now and then. Do you shower then? Maybe. I don't know. You're not going to do much, I'm telling you, because they're not stepping out of their rooms. So no way known 30 people. I told him a dozen, maybe, no more than 20. Anyway, please share and mirror this. We have to get everyone to follow these other nursing homes and cases. They just go up and up and up because that's what they're using. They're using the cases and the deaths, and they're pushing this bullshit Victoria outbreak. And 6 million people are suffering from this right now. Not only that old people are suffering in these nursing homes with what's going on and eventually dying, and their deaths being made out as to be COVID when in full fact they're old age and heart attacks, but the stress on them and their families. Can you imagine the stress on these poor people who can't have children, grandchildren visit them, and to see what's going on in these homes, to see how they're being treated? So yeah, please, people in Melbourne, do some investigation, find out these other homes that they're doing the same thing. So anyway, here are the 2 interviews. I'll leave it with you and make up your own mind.
Excuse me, do you work here? Hello? Hang on. Hello there, can you hear me? Do you work here? Oh, okay. Is it running normal, is it?
Sorry?
Is the place running normal?
Sorry? Sorry?
Is the place running as normal? You speak English?
Little.
How long have you worked here?
Cleaner, working there. Cleaner in the aged care.
Take that down, please.
I work in the aged care.
How long for?
5 p.m.
No, how many days, weeks, months?
Every day.
How many, how long?
Every day. I work.
For many months?
Yes.
Have you tested positive?
No,
No?
negative.
Do they test you?
Yes,
When?
always.
Always? Who gives you the test?
2 weeks. And the weekend, in the weeks, 2 times. Come here, people.
Take the mask off, no one's going to. So.
2 times of the week.
2 times a week?
I test.
Who does it? Someone puts it up your nose?
Yes, nose.
Someone that works here?
Yes, someone in the government.
Government?
Give people here and test us.
So how many staff do you have here, do you think?
How many staff?
Yeah. It's a small nursing home, yeah, only 53. How many staff, 20?
I think so more.
A little bit
I
more?
think some little more.
With 53 people? Come on.
With the nurse, cleaners, and disinfections, and the elders. Yes.
About 20 maybe, 25. Yeah? When did the testing start?
maybe a Friday. Friday?
About 4 weeks ago?
Yeah, Friday.
4 weeks ago.
4 weeks?
About 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
About 4 weeks ago, when the second wave started. Yeah? Funny about that. And all the nursing homes all of a sudden get tested positive right when they start the second wave. Maybe it's because of the nursing homes that this wave is happening.
I don't know what happened that here.
But you know how many cases last week here?
Yeah.
91. 91, they said 41 staff, but there's not 41 staff.
No.
But then 3 days later it was 105.
Because they, before we have 50 olders.
Yeah, 53, yeah. Yeah, but now, yesterday it's 144.
Uh-huh.
How can you have 144 cases with 53 patients? I'm sorry, it doesn't make sense. That means you've got 90 staff here. Because the patients, you have not had new patients here.
No,
In the last, so how can you have 90 more staff cases? It doesn't make sense. They are just making up these numbers. They are lying. You agree?
Yeah.
You agree? You're nodding your head.
Yeah. I mean, I work.
90, and tomorrow will be 160. Every other nursing home is up and up. Because I'll tell you, darling, they are using this to make these figures, to push this propaganda. You don't have to wear a mask. You're a smart woman, because that's killing you. You're getting hypoxia, low on oxygen levels. You need oxygen. You don't want to suck in your carbon dioxide again. So I'm so happy you spoke to me here, because something is terribly wrong. People are people allowed to visit these people?
No.
They're not allowed to. So these people in here are dying, and they're getting more stressful because they can't see their loved ones. You understand that?
I know.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
And when they die, I'm telling you now, the government is paying SDA and other places, they're paying them to say to the family victims who are being lied to, because they're going to, when someone dies, oh, grandma died from COVID-19, and they're going to believe it because of all the mass hysteria. But some people are going to say, look, we'll pay for your funeral if you put down on the death certificate COVID-19. $10,000, yeah, okay. That's what they're doing. And this is a fact. This is a fact. Most people like you don't understand what's going on, but the people that own these, look, this house, that, they're not worried about COVID-19, but the bug goes in there. But these people are in bed, aren't they? They've isolated for weeks and weeks. They don't go around dancing with everyone, kissing each other every day and night, do they? They're in their own beds. How does a virus go from one to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other? And if you're wearing a mask, you shouldn't get a virus. Think about that one. It's a lie. You understand? You're nodding your head. I love that. I'll tell you a fact. Do your own research. Coronavirus is in every one of us. It is not something that spreads through the air or touch. It's an exosome. What's this person doing? It's a reaction to a disease. And it's there to kill the bad. What's that person doing? It's a.
The staff, somebody.
Hey?
Oh, the staff.
No, we went up further up there into a house. I might go there. So it's a reaction to a disease.
Yeah.
And every single person will test positive. If you test, even me, everyone will be positive. But they can't say 20,000 tested, 20,000 positive, because people go, what? They just put their numbers what they like, just to make it grow up here, grow up here, grow up here, and we all sit down like prisoners. We're prisoners.
Oh, yeah.
So I hope you understand. I thank you for your time. Lovely talking to you. And can you spread the word to people you work with that there is something going on? I know you can't tell the manager or whatever because you won't get a job, but you take care and you send my regards to all these poor people in here because they are suffering when they shouldn't be. They're going to, people die every day nearly, but they're using them as COVID-19 tests. There's no COVID-19. It's never been isolated or purified, if you understand what that means. So the CPR test has never worked for anything. All the test is coronavirus, not COVID-19, and we all have coronavirus in us. That's when we get a fever. You know when you get a fever? That is your coronavirus eating away your bad toxic cells. That's good when you get a fever and temperature. That's doing good work. Lovely to speak to you. I'm going to just go. What are you, Russian or something?
I am Colombian.
Colombian? Oh, I was really close. Lovely.
Lovely.
Yeah, you live around here?
I arrived here 5 months ago, just 5 months. Arrived here.
Really?
Australia, yes.
To get work in a nursing home?
Yes, I work because I study international study.
Oh, good.
I study English, but I need money. You know, the situation is complicated for my family in Colombia too. So this is the opportunity for work, and so
No worries. You got a beautiful bike. Can you just park it there, do you?
Yeah.
No one worries about it?
My new baby.
It looks brand new.
Yeah, because
Right.
I need for the, you know.
Is
the
it brand
work
new?
zone.
Brand new?
Yeah.
Oh, don't ask how much it costs. Wouldn't have a clue. 20,000, 30?
2000. 2000.
You're joking for that?
2000.
I might get one myself. It's better than this. You need, obviously you need a license. Wow, 2,000. Where'd you buy that?
It's a lot of
I thought it was like 20,000.
20.
I wouldn't have a clue. I've never ride it. I'm too scared to drive one of them. 2,000. I might look into it. Oh, you go to work. What time's your shift start? 12?
No, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But in the morning I have doing the papers, so
Okay.
I start at 12.
All right. Well, thanks for agreeing with me what I've been telling you. And obviously there's not more than 20 people that work here, and the numbers are fudged. And I actually spoke to a woman a few days ago. She works in the kitchen. I don't know which one, but she wasn't the leading woman. Hello, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
You're actually a staff here, yeah? Staff worker?
Yeah.
Yeah? This is the busiest time of day, the shift, morning.
Yeah.
How many staff would work here during daytime?
I'm not sure, but
10?
no, more than 10.
Right now, more than 10. 20?
30 people, 30,
13.
30, 30.
In here?
Here, start working.
It's hardly. How many beds are there? 30 people. Wow. Is it running normally today? Have you tested positive?
No,
You haven't tested positive?
no,
How come 144 cases yesterday?
not here.
Yeah, Estia.
At the suburbs.
No, Ardea. You check it up, and right there, 144 Ardea. The third highest in Melbourne.
I'm not sure it's,
So how do you get to 144 when there's like 50 patients and you say 30 staff?
yeah, about 30 staff here.
Like what are the staff? How many nurses?
Nurses,
How many? No, how many now?
cleaners,
10?
cleaners, so many things.
30? I don't think so. All the people are sitting in their beds. What are they all doing?
They're all working hard.
Working hard. All right, thanks for your time, mate. $30 my ass. $30 my ass. Everyone's in bed. You've got 30 people in a 53-bed nursing home. Yeah, fucking right, mate. And he never tested positive. Funny how no one's testing positive. And he was a bit, 144 cases, no way. Must be other places. No, mate. 144 cases in Ardea, Is he playing dumb? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. He just wouldn't have a clue what's going on. Would not have a clue what is being told.